Hello YouTube, I'd like to welcome you back to the homestead, and what we have here today is another product review. This is a EDC item for some of us. You've seen me do reviews of a couple of canes, but I'll show you one that's really important to me. This is the heavy duty sword cane from Cold Steel, and yes, it doesn't come with the wrist lanyard. I put that on there for two reasons. One is it makes it look like a drugstore cane, and that's exactly what I want. I do not want to draw attention to myself. I don't want to give it away. Secondly, if you have to live with canes, sometimes you need both hands. So I can merely be using my wallet or whatever, and when I'm done, I'm back to walking. But the neat thing about this is, if you're threatened, swift tug, and out comes the sword. These are really well-made sword canes. These are real sword canes. These are not the 1995 specials that you can find at some of the knife catalogs. And if you want to listen, you don't hear a thing. You pick up one of those made in Hong Kong specials, they rattle. Also, they will not support weight. This is made to support even a large man such as myself. It is both a real cane and a real sword. And with that, I'll take the camera off the tripod and give you a much closer look. Hello, now we're going to start here with the handle. The handle is manufactured out of Grivory. And as you come down, you see here, it has two rubber O-rings. That's actually what secures it to the inside of the sheath, which makes it nice. Most of the joke sword canes, as I'm going to call them, you screw them in and unscrew them, like you have time to unscrew something when it happens. This just requires a good stiff tug. And as you can see, here, and on down are pins. The blade is pinned to the handle. It is a full tang construction. And on down here at the blade is constructed of 1055 carbon steel. It is 24¼ inches long, and it is 5.5 millimeters thick. This item is about 1/4 inch thick. It's about 3/4 of an inch in width. As we go on down the blade, this blade is incredibly sharp. Get down here towards the end, it's a rapier style blade, so the last 9 inches of the blades are actually sharpened on both sides for thrusting. Like I said, the blade is 24¼ inches long. The entire cane, when it's assembled, is 37½ inches. It weighs 30 ounces. And the sheath, which you can see there, and of course I had mentioned why I had put the lanyard on it. The sheath is constructed of heavy gauge 2 millimeter thick aluminum shaft. So the outside of the cane, the sheath so to speak, in and of itself is an excellent bludgeon weapon if necessary. So it actually is two defensive tools in one. It does come from Cold Steel. I'm going to run down through here again with a nice heavy rubber end, which does give you good support for walking. It grabs on all surfaces, and someday when it wears out, it can be easily replaced with a 1-inch end piece from any of the cane suppliers. So it's not so specialty that you cannot replace it yourself, where you have to special order it from Cold Steel. Cold Steel did a super job with this. Like I said, this is a real sword and a real cane. And 1055 carbon steel is an excellent steel. it is not maintenance-free steel. Like any carbon blade, you have to periodically clean it and oil it. I do mine with just a little wipe down of oil once a week, unless I get caught out in a rainstorm. And then that night, I go ahead, I just put a little WD-40 on a paper towel and give it just a quick wipe down. And then I'll turn the aluminum shaft upside down in the corner, just in case any moisture developed, and let it dry out overnight before I resheathe the sword cane. So I hope this information has been useful. Thank you for stopping by the homestead, and have a great day, and God bless.